Have you ever been listening to your favorite artist and thought, wow, I wish I could make music and put it on streaming services for the world to hear? No? Well, good thing you're stuck here because I'm going to tell you anyways. There are thousands of resources out there that tell you exactly this, but so many of them push products and services, and those that don't usually won't cover all the important bases. So let me present to you How to Make and Release Music, SparkNotes Edition. Cool. While I am trying to make this as cost-free as possible, there's one material you absolutely need in order to get started: a device. It could be a phone, tablet, laptop, or a PC, whatever you can get your hands on. There are good options for every single one of them. You absolutely don't need a high-end laptop to make cool stuff. I use a desktop because that is what I have access to. Now that you have your device, you're going to need what's called a DAW, or Digital Audio Workstation. No matter what you have, there are plenty of options, both free and wildly expensive. Do a little research. You'll find something, I promise. I could create a whole separate tutorial for DAWs, but in essence, they are a chronologically based music arranging software. They all have their own similarities and differences, but pretty much all of them do the same thing. They allow you to put recorded music or pre-programmed synthesizers and audio effects and all that kind of stuff together to create a comprehensive song. Personally, I've used 4 different softwares. LMMS is an open source free software. It has a lot of potential and it's how I got my start. FL Studio is a highly popular one and worth the price. You've probably seen it before. GarageBand is good for Apple devices. On Mac, it's on par with Pro competitors. My current software, and probably the only one I'll ever use, is Ableton Live. It's professional level and has a professional level price tag to boot. Ouch. Alternatively, you could use an online DAW. Many of these are free, and there's a lot of variety between them. And always remember, try before you buy. Many people falsely assume that you can only make electronic music and beats on these softwares, but in reality, the sky's the limit. Depending on what you want to make, you may want to acquire extra hardware such as a microphone. That being said, my style is heavily electronic. I could talk for hours about the creative process, learning your DAW, genres, and all that jazz, but the best way to learn is to make, so here's some inspiration.
Cold as the thin ice I walk on. It takes too long to
Remember, it takes time to make stuff you like, so stick with it and things will start to sound nice. I promise. Eventually. Now that you have your song, it's time to see how you actually release it for all to hear. There are a bunch of options, but I will be going over two. First is SoundCloud. I know, no one wants to be a SoundCloud rapper, but it's popular for a reason. SoundCloud offers a way to upload music completely for free. This is where I started. You can completely customize your profile, releases, and music feed to align with your style and interests. For free, this is an S-tier service. YouTube and other free media uploading sites are also very viable. Eventually, you are going to want your music to be on as many sites as possible. Before I talk about the second option, let me explain to you how music distributors work. In a nutshell, distributors take your music and send it to streaming services such as Spotify and Apple Music, for a fee of course. The streaming services then pay the distributor back per each individual play, and that money gets sent back to you. Simple enough. Let me introduce you to DistroKid, the distributor that I personally use to get my music on dozens of different streaming services. For a reasonable subscription fee, you can upload an unlimited amount of music. Their customer service is excellent, and they have many other cool incentives built in. It is also worth noting that SoundCloud has their own distributing service built in, for a good price. I'd check that out too. Now for the hardest part, your artist identity. I'm still struggling with this one, so check back in with me in a couple of years. The best advice I can give is to be yourself. Do what you think represents your uniqueness. The last topic I want to touch on is promotion. I am personally very hesitant about promoting myself, and it shows since I doubt many of you even knew I made music. Regardless, I do know what to do, in theory at least. Put yourself on every possible social media outlet you can, and yes, I mean TikTok too. Acquiring fans is hard work, so be ready to post a bunch. Try to make something unique and engaging. Oh, and hope you get lucky because social media algorithms work in mysterious ways. That's about it. All that's left is for you to start creating. Have fun.